Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel. Today we're tackling a brutally honest topic, infidelity. It's a subject shrouded in pain, secrecy, and a whole lot of messy emotions. Let's be real. If you're watching this, you or someone you know has probably experienced the gut-wrenching devastation of a broken trust. Maybe you're still reeling from the discovery, feeling completely lost and shattered. Maybe you're further down the road, but the scars are still there, a painful reminder of what happened. This video isn't about blame or judgment. It's not about pointing fingers or dwelling on the why. It's about acknowledging the raw, agonizing truth of infidelity's impact. It's about the earthquake that rips through your life, leaving you questioning everything you thought you knew. The confusion, the anger, the betrayal. It's a tsunami of emotions that can feel utterly overwhelming. You might be feeling numb, furious, heartbroken, desperate for answers that may never come. And that's okay. It's perfectly okay to feel all of these things. But here's the crucial thing. This video is also about hope. It's about the incredible strength that resides within each and every one of us. A strength often unearthed only in the face of unimaginable adversity. This is a journey. A difficult, painful journey, for sure. But it's a journey from the depths of despair to a place of healing, resilience, and ultimately strength. We're going to explore that journey together, step by step, from the initial shock to the eventual rebuilding of your life. We're going to talk about finding your voice, setting boundaries, and learning to love yourself again, even when it feels impossible. Because I know, from personal experience, and from talking to so many others, that healing is possible. You are stronger than you think, and you deserve to find peace and happiness again. So let's begin. So, you've suspected something wasn't right. Maybe it was a gut feeling, a missed call, a strange text. Then boom, the truth hits you like a ton of bricks. Infidelity. The word itself feels heavy, suffocating. And the emotions that follow? Oh honey, it's a whirlwind. First, there's denial. A stubborn refusal to accept what you're seeing, hearing, or even feeling. You tell yourself it's a misunderstanding, a coincidence, anything but the brutal reality. Remember that feeling? Like you're watching a horror movie, desperately hoping it's just a bad dream you'll wake up from. I know I did. I remember replaying conversations in my head, searching for hidden meanings, anything to explain away the evidence. It's a survival mechanism, a way to protect yourself from the immediate pain. Then the denial cracks. And that's when the anger explodes. A fiery rage, consuming you from the inside out. It's not just anger at your partner. It's anger at yourself, at the situation, at the world for even allowing this to happen. You might feel betrayed, violated, foolish. A whole cocktail of intensely negative feelings. I remember smashing a few things, let's just say. Don't judge me. It was a healthy release, at least for a short while. But the anger eventually fades, leaving you in a state of utter confusion. What went wrong? Where did you go astray? Was it something you did? Something you didn't do? The questions circle endlessly, creating a dizzying sense of disorientation. You question everything. Your relationship, your self-worth, your future. It's like your whole world has been turned upside down, and you can't find your bearings. The disbelief is almost palpable, a constant nagging feeling that this couldn't possibly be happening to you. It's crucial to remember that this roller coaster isn't linear. You'll bounce between denial, anger, confusion, and disbelief. There will be moments of clarity, moments of numbness, and moments where you feel like you're drowning in a sea of emotions. That's okay. Allow yourself to feel it all, without judgment. Don't try to rush the process, or pretend you're okay when you're not. It's a journey, and it takes time. And remember, this initial shock, as painful as it is just the first step on your path to healing. We'll tackle the next steps in the following sections, so stick around. We're in this together. So you've discovered the betrayal. The shock is still raw. The anger might be bubbling over. And the confusion is overwhelming. Now comes the incredibly difficult part, confronting your partner. This isn't about a screaming match or a dramatic showdown. Though let's be honest, those feelings might be completely valid. This is about getting the truth, setting boundaries, and protecting yourself. First, plan this conversation. Don't ambush them. Find a time and place where you both feel relatively safe and can talk without interruptions. Think neutral territory, not your shared bedroom where memories are etched into the walls. And remember, you deserve answers. Write down your questions beforehand. This will help you stay focused amidst the emotional storm. Don't let them derail the conversation with excuses or justifications. Now, how you approach the conversation is crucial. Start by stating calmly, but firmly what you know. Don't accuse, present the facts. Let them speak, but don't let them manipulate you. Listen, but don't absorb their lies as truth. This isn't about them explaining themselves. This is about you understanding the gravity of the situation and your own needs. Setting boundaries is non-negotiable. This might involve temporarily separating, limiting contact, or even initiating the legal steps you deem necessary. Don't feel pressured to rush into decisions. This is about your needs and well-being. You are not obligated to forgive or reconcile. You're allowed to be angry, sad, confused, and even relieved that the truth is out. And finally, self-care. This isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. This phase is intensely draining, emotionally and mentally. Lean on your support network, friends, family, a therapist. Allow yourself to grieve the loss of the relationship as you knew it. Engage in activities that bring you comfort, whether that's a long bath, a walk in nature, or binge watching your favorite guilty pleasure show. Nourish your body with healthy food, get enough sleep, and remember to breathe. Don't isolate yourself. Reach out. Talk to someone. This is not a journey you have to walk alone. Remember, confronting the truth is a brave step. It's a step towards reclaiming your power and taking control of your life. This is not about fixing the relationship, at least not yet. It's about facing the reality of the situation and taking care of yourself first. You deserve that. You deserve healing. And you deserve to be strong. Let's move forward with clarity and strength. So you've confronted the truth. The initial shock has started to subside, but now what? This is where the real work begins. Navigating the aftermath of infidelity. And let me tell you, it's a messy, complicated landscape. It's not just about the raw emotion anymore. It's about the practical and the logistical, the legal and the financial, and the absolutely monumental task of potentially rebuilding trust. First things first, you are not alone. Seriously, this isn't something you have to shoulder by yourself. Reach out. Lean on your support system. Talk to your closest friends, your family, the people who truly love and understand you. But be selective. Choose people who will offer support, not judgment. This is about healing, not being dragged through the mud again. And if talking to friends and family feels too overwhelming, or if you need a more professional, unbiased perspective, therapy is absolutely invaluable. A therapist can provide a safe space to process your emotions, develop coping mechanisms, and navigate this incredibly complex situation. Don't underestimate the power of professional help. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Then there are the practical matters. Depending on your situation, there might be legal implications, divorce proceedings, custody battles, property division. These are stressful and often expensive processes. Seek legal counsel. Don't try to navigate this alone. Similarly, financial implications can be significant. You may need to reassess your budget, possibly seek financial advice, and maybe even consider getting help with managing your finances while you're emotionally processing everything. And then the biggest hurdle for many, rebuilding trust. This is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires honesty, transparency, and a significant commitment from both parties. If you even choose to try and rebuild the relationship, this is not something you should rush. It involves open communication, addressing the root causes of the infidelity, and working towards building a stronger, healthier foundation. This may not be possible, and that's okay too. Remember, your well-being is paramount. Prioritize self-care. Make time for activities that bring you joy, whether that's spending time in nature, practicing yoga, reading a good book, or anything that helps you recharge and reconnect with yourself. This isn't about forgetting what happened. It's about moving forward, building resilience, and creating a life that is fulfilling and authentic to you. This is your journey, and your strength is far greater than you may think right now. So we've talked about the aftermath, the chaos, the practical stuff, the emotional roller coaster. But now the real work begins, healing. And let me tell you, This isn't about magically erasing the pain. It's a messy, sometimes excruciating process, but it's also incredibly powerful. It's about rebuilding you. This is where self-compassion comes in. Seriously, be kind to yourself. You've been through something incredibly difficult. Allow yourself to grieve, to feel the anger, the sadness, the confusion, whatever comes up. Don't judge those feelings. They're valid. Don't try to rush this part. Healing takes time. Self-reflection is your next best friend. Journaling can be a lifesaver here. Write down your thoughts and feelings. Analyze what happened. Not to blame yourself, but to understand your part in the situation and what you need to learn from it. What are your patterns? What are your needs? What are your boundaries? This is crucial for preventing this kind of pain in the future. And then healthy coping mechanisms. This isn't about ignoring your feelings. It's about finding healthy ways to process them. Exercise, spending time in nature, connecting with loved ones. These can be incredibly powerful tools. Find what works for you. Maybe it's yoga, painting, listening to music, or even just a long walk. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Easier said than done. And you're absolutely right. Sometimes we need a little extra support. That's where therapy comes in. A therapist provides a safe space to unpack your emotions, develop coping skills, and work through the trauma. They can help you understand the underlying issues that contributed to the situation and how to move forward. And don't underestimate the power of support groups. Connecting with other people who have experienced infidelity can be incredibly validating. Knowing you're not alone, hearing their stories, and sharing your own experiences can make a world of difference. It's a space where you can find understanding and encouragement without judgment. It's a place to learn from other people's experiences and discover new coping strategies. Remember, healing isn't linear. There will be good days and bad days. There will be setbacks. But the important thing is to keep moving forward, one step at a time, with self-compassion and a commitment to your own growth. This journey is about becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient than you ever thought possible. And trust me, you will get there. So you've navigated the storm. You've confronted the pain, the anger, the betrayal. You've started to heal, maybe even begun to forgive yourself, or maybe even him. But now what? This isn't just about patching things up. This is about rebuilding your life. A life that's even better, stronger, and more authentic than before. And trust me, it's absolutely possible. This isn't about magically erasing the past. It's about consciously choosing your future. Think of it as an amazing opportunity for a fresh start. A chance to rediscover who you are, independent of the relationship that shattered your trust. First, let's talk goals. What did you put on hold? What dreams got buried under the weight of the infidelity? Maybe it was that pottery class you always wanted to take, or finally finishing that novel you started years ago. Now is the time. Write them down, big and small. These aren't just goals. They're acts of self-love, declarations of your worth. They're your roadmap to a future where you're the author of your own happiness. Next, rediscover those passions you may have lost sight of. What brought you joy before? What ignited your soul? Dust off those old hobbies, explore new ones. Maybe it's hiking in the mountains, learning a new language, volunteering for a cause you believe in. Fill your life with activities that feed your spirit and bring you genuine joy. This isn't about distraction. It's about self-connection, about building a life rich with meaning and purpose, separate from the definition of yourself that was tied to that relationship. Finally, let's talk about healthy relationships, both romantic and platonic. This isn't about jumping into a new relationship to fill the void. It's about building strong, supportive connections based on honesty, trust, and mutual respect. Nurture your existing friendships, reconnect with family, and allow yourself to be vulnerable with people who truly value and cherish you. This might involve setting stronger boundaries in your relationships, saying no to those who drain your energy, and yes to the ones who lift you up. Rebuilding your life after infidelity isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. There will be good days and bad days, moments of clarity and moments of doubt. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate your small victories, acknowledge your setbacks, and never, ever underestimate your strength. You are resilient. You are capable. And you are worthy of a life filled with love, joy, and authentic connection. This is your chance to create the future you deserve. So we've talked about healing, about rebuilding your life brick by brick, but let's be real. The aftermath of infidelity isn't just about fixing things. It's about becoming unbreakable. It's about discovering a strength you never knew you possessed. This isn't some cheesy self-help cliché. This is about raw, honest, powerful resilience. Think about it. You've been through something incredibly painful, something that shattered your trust and rocked your world to its core. And you're still here. You're still breathing. You're still fighting. That, my friend, is incredible strength. That's resilience in action. And you're not alone. I've spoken to countless women who've walked this path. Women who felt their hearts were ripped out, their worlds imploded. Women who thought they'd never smile again. But they did. They not only survived, they thrived. I spoke to Sarah, for instance. Her husband's infidelity left her feeling completely lost. She felt like a failure, like she wasn't enough. But instead of collapsing, she channeled her pain into action. She started volunteering at an animal shelter, something she'd always loved, but never had the time for. That act of self-care, that connection to something bigger than her pain, completely changed her perspective. She found a renewed sense of purpose, a confidence she hadn't felt in years. Today, Sarah is stronger, wiser, and happier than ever. Then there's Maria. Her story is different, but the outcome is the same: incredible strength. She chose to leave her marriage, a decision that was incredibly difficult but ultimately empowering. She focused on her career, pursued her passions, and built a life that reflected her values. She learned to love herself unconditionally, something that infidelity initially made impossible. Now, she's an inspiration to other women, a testament to the power of self-love and resilience. These stories aren't just about overcoming infidelity. They're about self-discovery. They're about finding your voice, your power, and your inner strength. Infidelity can feel like the end of the world, but it doesn't have to be. It can be a catalyst for incredible growth, a chance to redefine yourself, to build a life even more authentic and fulfilling than the one you lost. Remember, your pain doesn't define you. Your strength does. Embrace the journey, allow yourself to heal, and know that even amidst the deepest darkness, an incredible light, your own inner strength, is waiting to shine. You are capable of incredible things. Believe in that. Believe in yourself. Because you are stronger than you think. So we've journeyed through the pain, the anger, the confusion, we've faced the hard truths, navigated the messy aftermath, and started to rebuild. And let me tell you, it's been a journey, hasn't it? But guess what? We're here. We're still standing. And that, my friends, is huge. This isn't just about surviving. It's about thriving. It's about emerging stronger, wiser, and more empowered than ever before. This isn't the end. It's a new beginning. A beginning where you get to write the rules. A beginning where you are the heroine of your own story. And that starts with self-love. Seriously, nurture that inner goddess. Pamper yourself, forgive yourself, and celebrate every tiny victory. Self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. It's the fuel that powers your healing journey. Think long baths, walks in nature, journaling, whatever recharges your soul. Remember, you are not alone. Seeking help isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of strength. Reaching out to a therapist, joining a support group, talking to a trusted friend or family member. These are all vital steps in your recovery. Don't be afraid to ask for help. There are people who care, who understand, and who are here to support you. And I want to encourage you to share your story. Not to dwell on the negativity, but to connect with others who get it. Your experience can be a beacon of hope for someone else struggling in silence. Of course, share responsibly, protect your privacy, and focus on your journey of strength and healing. In the description box below, you'll find links to resources that can help. Therapists, support groups, helplines, a network of support waiting to help you navigate this. Remember, your journey is unique, and your strength is undeniable. You are capable of incredible resilience, and you deserve to live a happy, fulfilling life. Embrace this new chapter, embrace your strength, and know that you are not alone. You've got this. Believe in yourself. You are worthy of love, happiness, and a future filled with joy.